Welcome back to the Pro League, everyone, as myself and Colin are giggity about this next series because Rise and Casa de Papel about to go at it soon, but, we're just always happy to watch all the Gears esports action, so, that's why we're excited. Ain't that right, Colin?
I mean, I'm just, anytime I get the chance to cast over the best players on the planet playing Gears, I'm there. I'm ready to go. I'm ripping and raring. I don't need no energy drinks.
That's how I feel.
I don't
when
need
it's
no
with
sleep.
you, I'll go grab an energy drink right now. Okay, we got the All Mights and the Midoriyas up in there. All right, so, all right, I thought about drinking one before this matchup. Chat, should I chug an energy drink right now? I shouldn't do that. That'd be.
Blaze,
I'd be so heavily caffeinated. Do you have to go to bed tonight? Because you're gonna have to play with me after this.
I'm gonna tell you. I might have shotgunned an energy drink on Lady Spartan Pro Series, and I regretted it. I regretted it because I've never felt my heart feel that way before.
Yo, that sounds fun as hell. I can't even lie. Yo, the craziest thing I ever did at an event was a Winter Brawl or a Summer Jam. I don't know what was going on through my mind, but I called it Hulk Juice, and I was like, yo, I need caffeine, okay? Because I'm out here pumping all type of pre-workout. I needed to feel something, okay? I just wanted to feel alive, okay? After working a hard shift that week, I took a Red Bull, and I mixed it with a scoop of C4, and when I tell you that thing was bubbling, that thing was bubbling. I ain't lose a series so fast.
My man.
Yo, we lost that one 3-1, okay? I'm sorry, Letnick. Okay, sorry, INZEM Bobby.
Sorry. Oh my God.
I pulled my weight, I believe I was, but I probably didn't need that much caffeine, but I did feel something, okay? I tell you that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we all need to feel something.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, caffeine is the way to go, but make sure y'all stay hydrated as we take a look at our maps for this series. Ritual Control, Tomb Execution, Harbor Escalation, District Control, and then check out Execution to round us all off. And map 1 is already, we've already played it, okay? And so we'll get you guys a score update on that one soon and get you up to date in the series. I do believe Rise is up 1-0.
No, Casa's up.
Holy, wait a minute. 399! What? Can we do our, we gotta do predictions. Ain't that right, Colin? We gotta do our predictions. We got to do our predictions officially right now, Colin.
Taylor.
I got some new insight on this series.
Sometimes.
What you mean my predictions are locked in? Voice of God, you better calm down, okay? The series ain't started.
All right, look.
All right.
I'll settle this,
started,
I'll
right?
settle this. Look, the voice of God is never wrong.
He ain't.
But Blaze is infallible. So that's when you say your pick is not locked in, it's not locked in. All right, voice of God isn't wrong, but you are infallible. That's just how it comes when it goes to Gears, baby.
The chat telling me you chug the energy drink right now. They say I should do it. If Casa de Papel wins this series, I say it. Casa de Papel wins this series, I will chug an energy drink. Okay, if Casa de Papel win the series, I'll make that bet with y'all. That way, we all winning something in the end. But let's do our official predictions. And I think we're on board with saying that I'll go and say I pick Rise for the series. Self-explanatory. Colin pick Rise for this series. Self-explanatory. And now chat. Yo, I'm about to put some points on Casa de Papel right now.
Just in case. Put about a grand.
Hold up. No. Custom amount. I got 20,000 to work with.
I got 100 grand. All right,
I got my vote in. Okay. I might go big in this series. Like Kenny, you saw how many points Kenny made? Kenny put out 100K.
He went to $1 million.
He went a 1 in 10 bet on himself. What if he had a multiplier?
I want you to know, my man Kenny Pete Rosed everybody that night. He bet on his own team. He
cashed out, bro. He put all his channel points on it, and he went out and played his ass off. Okay, shout out to Sales in that series, man. Lava, banana, and split.
It's his favorite analogy ever. I have heard more people talk about leaving like a banana than ever before when I started working with Jacob.
Oh my! And speaking of splitting, you see Casa de Papel splitting the offense of Rise into 2 separate duos and then picking them off apart, winning the first round of this execution. picking up where they left off. Okay. I bet.
This would be a nice win for Casa de Papel, not only to beat Rise, who has been on top of the world for weeks now, but also, you know, to represent this side of the Gears Esports brand, because the Casa de Papel ladies team over there with Mini Moxie, Asphyxia, and Style are undefeated in the Metro League there, so they have played unbelievably over there. So Casa de Papel to be good on both sides of the coin this week would be incredible for that organization, but they're going to fall in this round. It's going to be all tied up. Curious to see where we go from here. If Rise is continuing this level of dominance, or if Casa de Papel will have an answer back.
You know, I miss casting over there in the Metro League. I haven't had time to get back over there. My weekend's been pretty busy, but y'all been holding it down there. I have to slide on through maybe one of these Saturdays. Now, as we got Chaoz leading the charge here for Casa de Papel, as we are all tied up 1-1. Solar gonna go out wide, puts a decent shot on DeToX. Him and Chavii's work together. INZEM flank, 4v2. Addvers stays alive as long as he can. There's the wide angle on Rushiez as Chavii catches him as he wraps around the cover. And Avexys, not much he can do in this situation. Casa de Papel up 2-1.
Speaking of Taylor Reflections Noble, his favorite player in Gears history, Chavii, with a beautiful headshot here. I mean, I love the fact that he is just always, nobody has ever supported. I don't even know if Chavii's parents support him as much as Taylor does. That's how much he loves that man.
Yo, why everybody ain't shot one for Taylor for take the shot, shoot the shot.
Why won't he shoot the shot?
Oh, I love it. Yo, chat know us very well, okay? Especially everybody who's here. You guys are the most dedicated fans that we have with us week in and week out. Y'all can play caster bingo with us during the major if y'all want to.
That's what we gotta do, is come up with a caster bingo.
That'd be awesome. 4v1 situation for Casa de Papel as Rushiez with the weapon of choice. 5 bowls in the chamber, no one showing themselves. They're not gonna give him the opportunity. But with a quick active through the bush, he can't connect. Comes off the cover. Quick reload, 2 bowls to work with, and there's the shot from Chavii. Well placed, and he got all the respect out the world from Casa de Papel, and rightfully so.
My man was trying to get Rushiez to give him an elbow. He was like, lean out the other side of the cover. Show me your elbow. That's all I need is an elbow shot right here. And Rushiez was like, no, I'm going over here. And he was like, all right.
I can line that one up.
I can work with that. I can work with that. Don't worry. Casa de Papel up 3-1 here on the doorstep of a 2-0 lead over Rise. Are they just trying to get us more off schedule? They're trying to take us to a map 5 blaze. This is going to be interesting to see if they ever come back in this one.
Hey, man, I don't know about a map 5. I just know it's Casa de Papel go up 2-0. You might as well predict him for the 3-0. We've seen a lot of crazy things in the pro league over the last few days, and I said this when we first kicked it off, that I think this is going to be one of the closest pro leagues that we had, as our bottom slotted teams were going to just get better. You know, the Digital Slayers, Northern Forces, and Team Queso, I think, believe is down there as well. But as we see, the Flash not going to connect on DeToX. Looking for that toe shot. That toe protected. DeToX, he needs somebody to alleviate some pressure. That bow hits the ground in time, and his teammates are there with the right amount of support. They get the down on the well, not the down on the sniper. 7 shots left for Chavii to work with. And you see Casa de Papel, they'll disengage just enough, but you don't want to give up the angle for the nades, and Chavii knows that that's his sole job. Just watching that. Misses the body shot, but getting some pressure from DeToX. There's a missed body, and DeToX, he'll rotate back up. Not going to give his opponent any free shots as he's rushing down those stairs. He'll take a different route.
Still 4v4 on the map right now, and it looks like Casa de Papel is trying to set up over the new torque bow. They want to have a chance to get that pick off before anybody can get in a position to try to challenge that, but it looks like they need to. I would love to see Rushiez try to position himself down there. He might be able to get the active shot onto the player that's trying to pick the new torque bow. He's finally starting to rotate down here toward Chaoz. 15 seconds before the overtime hill spawns. Nobody in position yet. They still haven't rotated Chavii over. DeToX is in the middle of the map, checking him right now, body checking him basically, active out. Solar's gonna get missed. It's gonna be Chaoz with the bowl. Gets that hip fire shot on, 4v3 of the map right now. Overtime hill has spawned, shots out. That's it. The cover, drops the cover. There's the kill on the player down, and that should be the round as DeToX Ain't nothing you can do. That's a house party, baby. They got the old Mac Morrison on Return of the Mac going in that bad boy.
Man, I just hear the beat dropping in my head right now. Chad, you already know how iconic that song is. Did you saw they had him do a Doritos commercial recently? I was like, is that Mac Morrison? It was like one of those party box commercials with the multiple chips.
Did the check cash?
Hey, that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? That check cash. I was happy to see him on there. I was like, look at them. Throwing the throwback, throwing the old man a check right there to do that song. All you have to do is just sit on the chair too, man. You know, that's just iconic stuff right there. DeToX trying to be iconic in this situation as Rise needs him the most. He'll go down by Chavi's once again. Cleaned up. Avexys cleaned up. 4v2 situation on a map as DeToX still alive, actually. We talk about iconic plays. He never got cleaned up. I'm sorry, chat, for bamboozling you, but he does have the snipe on his back. And I told you, he had to be iconic as he just misses the headshot there towards the back end, but Rise has a fighting chance in this situation. One bow left in the quiver. It's gonna fire towards the top of the cover. No splash damage. Rise in the best position they could be. He'll look back, trying to keep the head down of Chavii. That's an angle for him. Looking for the body shot. Can't help his teammate out from this angle. He misses Chavii, but INZEM can't move from this situation. He needs the help. The flank comes through. Quick revive, a clean up. Chavii left in a 1v3, and Rise will find another round on the board. It was hard fought, Colin.
Misrolls tonight have been the bane of multiple players' existences. Right there, he gets the down and then misrolls into the cubby, which gives DeToX the one-hit acquitta on that player, which makes it even worse of a situation. Maybe you get that down, maybe you can stand up and get the shot on for the secondary down, and just doesn't get it to go, so that's what comes back to haunt them. 4-2 now, 2 rounds away. Casa de Papel needing to close here, trying to get up 2-0 over Rise. They need to get this into a much better differential for themselves.
Solid shots from Chavii as Casa de Papel pick up the last kill on Rushiez. And they go up 5-2, and you saw the plays out wide. There's a lot happening in that snipe lane. Chavii and Solar are working so well together, fighting for that snipe, and this is where INZEM and DeToX, they got to figure it out. I think DeToX probably needs to bring the shot grenade out a little bit and allow Avexys and INZEM to work that middle. Give them a little bit more time.
Looking for a round on the board. Casa de Papel 5-2 up right now, needing one more round to try to get the victory. Chavi's going to throw out that shock. Here comes the smoke from Solar to try to blind out the sight lines. He's going to pick the cork. He's going to get away with it for a moment. Shock wasn't good enough to stop INZEM from picking up the long shot, so now we're going to
know it wasn't.
There we're going to see a bolt down. It's going to get a ton of damage on the Rushiez. Another one comes out, doesn't get the splash damage, but will get him to hop the drop, and there's another kill. This could be bad news bears. 4v1. Addvers is going to get revived. INZEM already down. Holy! Casa de Papel up 2-0 over our reigning defending champions who have finished first place in Pro League more times than just about anybody can count. Rise on the back foot. Struggling right now, boys.
The House of Cards are stacking these maps together. Rise. It's going to be hard for them to break it on through, but Colin, hey, right now, you know, this is where they got to dig deep and come back into this series as Casa de Papel got a 2-0 lead above them. And, you know, we didn't get a chance to see the first map, okay? We saw the score. It was 300-99 on Ritual. Rise didn't even break 100, okay? That's a testament to how well Casa de Papel is playing in the respawns, how well their teamwork is today, right? How they're playing as a unit. And then they come on over here to the execution, and we saw a lot of individual plays coming out from Chavi's and Solar, even the rest of the team as they were squaring up in their 1v1s to really control the map, locking down Avexys there in the back of mid, locking down Rushiez at that bow. Hey, it's looking solid for him. Chaoz, man, him and Addvers got a solid group of troops around them. And, you know, they're leading this series, okay? And if you think about when they were to their matches last season, it took a lot of teams to map 5, okay? Even when they started those series down, they were fighting. And so with them being up, I think Rise has so much pressure on their shoulders. I think this is looking all good for Casa de Papel unless we see that championship version of Rise.
Blaze, I look at it like this, and from everything that I saw on that map too, again, you said we didn't get to see map number 1. I might head over to Avexys, personal stream to try to rewind it just a little bit, try to get some sight lines on it, just to try to get a look, because something I did see in that map too that worries me is what has always been Ryze's bane is Ryze changing how they play. When they're effective as a unit, when they're playing together as a team, shooting for one another, fighting for one another, single target shooting, getting the double shot shotguns going, almost unstoppable. We saw in the last major on Sunday. We've seen it week in and week out through this pro league. On the opposite end, Casa de Papel loves to kind of split you up, make you uncomfortable, make you play a game you're not used to, and that's exactly what they're getting out of Ryze. Ryze is playing very uncharacteristic right now, but I can't tell off of one map. That's why I want to go back, and I wish I basically had 15 minutes all to myself to put a headset on, put the blinders on, and watch Ritual all by my lonesome, because I would love to see if it's what Casa de Papel are doing to force Ryze to play this way, or if this is what we almost saw, or what we've seen time and time again, a tale as old as time in Gears. We're going to win that matchup. Don't worry. We're going to win it.
Yeah.
They play lazy, and they end up, getting on the back foot. Now they got to win 3 straight maps.
The way I see it is, in these type of situations, you don't dig deep into your strat book when you're down behind like this. You always have to go back to base. Okay, and your base strategy should always be your strongest strategy. And for this map, it is the 1-2-1. 2 players up mid, 1 in the snipe lane, 1 in the bow lane, and then from your base, after you're getting different looks from your opponent every single round, you know when to go bring in that shot grenade, go play for the utility when you need to shift the man over, and you know when your opponent's gonna give you a different looking around, because in that base man on man, that guy don't got a dude. He makes that call out, you should already know your conversion. Okay, he's not at bow. We need to go on ahead over here and make a trap over here towards snipe, because that's the play. The quicker you can get those call outs, the better. All right. And so Ryze, their switch up, some rounds it was countered. Okay, we saw the one round where that was the one round where Chavii got the shot grenade, and we saw DeToX and INZEM. They went forward and they got the quick pick on snipe. And I think we saw Ryze win that round specifically. Anytime where they were able to kind of get away with the power weapon, and it was that, slowed down a bit, Ryze, they came out on top. But the early portions of the round, if Casa de Papel was able to get that early down, get that kill, Ryze collapsed one after another, just trying to force that play, try to create something to happen. And that's kind of what you got to do in a situation, because in execution, you get first blooded. If you can't find a kill quickly, then at that point, it becomes that much harder as your opponent gets the power weapons, as they get the positioning, as they get the angles. But that second kill, that rebuttal kill on the map for Ryze to make it a 3v3, more times than not, it didn't come through. And it just shows that Casa de Papel is utilizing a lot of teamwork to come away with these rounds. So as we move on over here towards the escalation, which I do believe is going to be on training grounds. Training grounds are Harbor. This is where Ryze has to show that championship form, okay? This is a game mode in which they should be able to take down Casa de Papel with the 4 members that they got on this roster. And then from there, they just got to build up momentum and complete the reverse sweep. We've seen them do it before, but I do believe we're going to get the full force of Ryze into this next map. And if they get beat up, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Talk about a night and day performance, Yeah. And then we could just have the question, we could have the conversation, is it more on Ryze being crap today, or just how amazing Casa de Papel is starting to become as a team?
That's always a good question to ask. I look at it 2 different ways. When I look at Ryze, even last Thursday, when they were playing in E-Days with a sub Red Icy, when Icy was come back,
and won.
No doubt about it, Icy is one of the best players in Gears history. They still won, but they were doing the things that got them there. They were lancering out. They were playing for one another. They were double shotgunning players, getting those downs. They weren't overcomplicating things, playing a little too quick, playing a little too big for their britches. Another thing that I've been told is that, Ryze, they might be struggling because they haven't thrown a laptop.
What? Hey, Stream, why Colin be doing that to y'all, okay? Why does he do it to us?
Hey, look, Stream asked for it.
Oh man, you anytime it's a series, did you throw your laptop last week when Northern Arena went up 2-0? Northern Force. I keep calling it Northern Arena. Right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I've only done it today. Northern Forces. Okay? I gotta put respect on their name.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you during the break what I did after Northern Forces.
Oh Lord! Oh man, I hope the farm animal's okay. I hope
everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. Cool. Everybody's fine. Right here on the winch though, Rushiez isn't fine. They lose the first player. They're trying to rotate on a right-hand advantage here. Double bounce in. They get 1 kill. It's now down to a 1v1. But there's a beautiful rotation by Casa de Papel. INZEM versus Addvers. Addvers will take a little body shot there. INZEM trying to hunker down. He's going to realize that Chaoz is on the flank. Chaoz is on the hunt. 3 Lancers not allowing INZEM anywhere to go, anywhere to breathe. He's being suffocated out right now. My man's head was knee-deep in a pillowcase on that one. They're going to get his kill, and they're going to take it right back to the top because Rushiez, they're going to try to take over the winch. But look at the setup from Casa de Papel already.
Yeah, and the 6th player have already, the respawn has already came up to fill in that mid lane, player number 6. So player 2's crossing. Is he gonna get blindsided here? Shot to the back, but he comes away with a kill. Helps to assist on the down, and all 3 members of Rushiez will make it down. Make it 2, actually. DeToX did get punished for not checking his right ultimately. Now the home hill under siege from Rushiez. And on the other end of the map, a big 1v1 being won by INZEM. Casa de Papel off the respawn. They're trapped, getting tagged from all different angles, and they're gonna have to start thinking about the next round.
I don't like necessarily that Casa de Papel, what they did is they completely abandoned ship down low. Once they got the kill on INZEM and were able to take over the B hill, they spread back out to the middle of the map to try to take back over the winch. Whereas Rushiez, they were not going to slow down one way or the other. They were going to go straight back to stern. They were going to try to get across the map and get shots down those 90-degree angles, down the sight lines toward the bottom of the dock. And they just went fishing, and they caught themselves a big mouth bass. I mean, Casa de Papel was biting easily for the traps that Rushiez was setting at the end of that round.
Yeah, no, they took the bait for real. Truly did. But they're going to have to not put themselves in that difficult situation again because, you know, I thought they were going to be okay off the respawn, but they allowed Rushiez to push him down that ramp, and Rushiez has some great flashes in that fight. Something that Casa de Papel didn't have because they used them all on the initial. Now Rushiez with a quick down. That player will get revived. Avexys almost got around a corner, but I was feeling it.
Yeah, but look at this, look at the
pinch. They saved Avexys. Rushiez with a double down.
Rushiez, no, triple down. He got 3 in a row.
Yo, Rushiez with the angles, Mr. Do-It-All, and a quick rebuttal from Rushiez.
Come up. Oh, shit.
That was the quickest domination that we've seen in a long time, Colin. And
can't be waking Rushiez up like this.
I told you, hey, this is our defending champions down 0-2 against Abuelos Guasesnitos, okay? Against Casa de Papel, your squad from last season that has not changed with the 2 vets of Chaoz and Addvers, with the 2 young guns on their team of Solar and Chavii. They've been getting better every single split. So them coming out on a 2-0 lead in this series, I can't say I'm totally surprised because they have just been going up on that trajectory with their skill level. But Rushiez is still your defending champions, and it's one of those series, just like how we were holding our breath when it came down to Northern Forces and PK. It was like, okay, when it comes through, we'll call it officially. But just like in that series, we felt like PK can come back until it was over. I do feel that way about Rushiez. And after the last 2 rounds, they're making me more of a believer. Solar, he'll be pushing down ramp, sees the player, and went shooting down at the B hill to try to help the rest of the Rushiez forces. But he actually has to focus his attention up top, as this isn't a good split. He can shoot for a little bit, but those 2 players top stern, they'll be focusing on Rushiez. Player 2 needs to do something, okay? DeToX needs to get from his side of the map, make a play. As Rushiez is getting pushed, of course they could have seen that coming from a mile away. That Casa de Papel's only opportunity to play was Rushiez.
3-3 on the map right now. They get the secondary down, but somebody pulls up into the B hill for the quick little revive. DeToX here, trying to flank out, trying to angle out with the retro. He's got a ton of damage he can put out very quickly with that bad boy as well. He's going to rotate down to the bottom side of the map. Bow picked in the hands of INZEM. And he's going to rotate that back up toward the top stern. INZEM, though, is going to get angled out from the 45. Tagged up yet again, marked out as well. He needs to try to get into a safe spot. He's down for a secondary time. Chavii is yet to go down. INZEM might get cleaned up, and he does, but the torque bow is on his back, so no torque bow, no power weapon to use. And this could very well be the end of the round of 4 Rushiez. This could be the end of the road, and this could be the answer back from Casa de Papel. Oh, the bow wasn't on his back. Hold up, wait a minute. INZEM said, hold on, DeToX, take this with you. I might be dying,
this is Rushiz's saving grace right here in this situation, only because after they got the 2-1 hill capture, they played for this bow. Now, I felt like they kind of played for a little bit too, well, we thought they lost the fight, right? But since they get it back, they can go back to the play in which they wanted to make before. There's the cleanup. You see the side angle there coming from the player on the home hill being Addvers. He was able to get a few shots on that down player. Chavii's on the hill. Beautiful shots from him. It's a down and a spawn. And this Casa de Papel about to get their first round on the board.
Hey. Big kill there at the end just to solidify the exclamation point on the end of round number 3. Torquebo placed out Retro Lancer on the opposite side. So I believe Rise is ahead in the utility grenade placement department. They are indeed by 1 placement, but that Torquebo's kind of changed a little bit of the complexion of this entire game. Sometimes you just got to change that up. That's what we've been preaching for what seems like years, Blaze. And while it took them to the very last split of Gears 5 esports, they at least have figured it out, right? I mean, should we be proud of that or upset? Proud or upset?
I think we are proud as these squads are being more decisive. You know, sometimes it takes some real ones to change up the meta, right? The best team in the game, but unfortunately for them, the best team in the game felt like they were fine with their base weapons. They didn't have to put center line power weapons down, and you definitely didn't want to give them none. So it took it a while for it to change and for people to start being more confident with what they were putting on the map. But we do see a lot more variety in Escalation nowadays, as we only got 3 maps to work with in the cycle compared to an entire cycle of Escalation. We love the mix-up of execution and control and having our 3 game modes. Yes.
Look at the way that Rise took this round.
The way how they played through?
Well, they took over the Torquebo last round to try to get the power weapon in their favor. This round, they just met Casa de Papel. They said, you want to put a power weapon? Is that because you scared of our default? And then when they realized that Casa wasn't going for the power weapon, they're gonna knuckle up, man. They're saying, look, you want to fight us? You go fight us, or you go back up and play for a power weapon. Right now, Casa de Papel are losing the fist fights around the map. It's a cold world out there. Somebody better get them a blanket.
And well, they gonna warm up a little bit at the home hill, okay? They nice and cozy. And with this peace of mind, they're gonna start spreading out around the map. INZEM has 5 bowls to work with. The B hill and the A hill are locked in for Rise. They have no pressure on the other end of the map. INZEM's checking it. I don't know if he sees Chaoz in that position. If you can see the top of his head, he probably can see Solar on a winch there, just shifting around and cover. Sees 2 players in front of him, has that call out, hits the top of the cover. A little bit of splash damage from that. He'll walk this in. Deep angle on that bow, not short enough, but ultimately.
Not sure if I lost you there, Blaze. I think I lost you for just a moment there, but let's get into the action right here. We're going to go straight play-by-play, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're ready for the baseball call-outs. Rushiez now on a 1v1, getting shot on in the backside. He's going to go down as the flank comes through, but 2-1 hill advantage. Still in favor of Rise. Rise set up to solidify A and B defensively. Whereas Casa de Papel, they have all 4 players off a spawn. INZEM gets away just by the skin of his teeth. He's going to have the Torquebo revving. Active bolt in that hand, and now he's going to be pressuring out DeToX back to his own home hill. It looks like Rise, they know they're in a comfortable position here. Less than 30 seconds to go to try to get this win. They're going to try to turtle up around the A hill. 2 players already inside. INZEM down low at the second half home hill here, and he does have 1 bolt left. A single bolt can kind of change the complexion of this round and shut it down in favor of Rise. We'll see 2 players in front of him. 2 players up top at that stern/winch area. Looks like Chaoz is going to be the player that rotates to the bottom middle of the map, trying to get the pick on the new Torquebo. INZEM here, Torquebo shot to the top, gets the kill on Addvers. The active bolt was all they needed for the final shot of damage, and now Chaoz through the middle of the map, trying to cause a little bit of havoc. This is going to be Chavii trying his hand against INZEM. INZEM winning the big 1v1, shuts it down. No time to get to the A hill. Rise, they answer back. They're going to stay solidified and stay up. 3-1 here in map 3. They're going to have to win this one, folks, just to keep this series alive. They've got to go perfect. 3 maps in a row, not to fall to Casa de Papel. As we look over the mid portions of this weapon selection screen, we take note yet again that Rise is ahead in the utility grenade department. They already have their incendiary out. They'll be able to put the Boltok to the bottom side where that second half home hill spawns. On the opposite end, Casa de Papel will be placing out their incendiary grenade to use over the stern winch area if they so choose, or maybe even take it down to the middle lane to try to defend up that Torquebo. We come out into the opening salvo of round number 5 here. Rise versus Casa de Papel on board with Rushiez, and Rushiez will be pushing toward that mid-win. She's going to roll up to the top spot of the stern. We do have the re-arrival of the one and the only, the guru of gears, Guy Blaze live. Take it away for a moment, Blaze, so I can take a sip.
I'm back like a phoenix, everybody, as we're on board with Avexys himself. 14 assists to his name. A lot of kills not being cleaned up there, just based off the pace in which Rise is playing. As Avexys, he'll leave, well, he can't leave that guy down. He's blocking the hill from being captured, so he'll get that cleaned up. A quick cross out there on Addvers, and now we got Rise with 2 hills to their name and the power weapon. They're looking good in this moment as they're just going to continue to build their lead. Looking for some more high ground, looking to get some more players on the high ground to utilize this bow better. And they're not even just going to take the high ground. They're going to start taking some more portions of their opponent's side of the map, but Chaoz is going to make them pay for it with that incendiary grenade, buying some time for his team to come off the respawn, get settled in. Rise in a great position as they're looking to mount this comeback as they're down 0-2 in this series. Here comes Casa de Papel with the pressure. They're ducking, they're dodging, they're also blocked off with incendiary. Chaoz couldn't get up there to join his teammate. He'll join his other teammate down low. Rise trying to fight their way out of a difficult situation. They'll trade 1 kill in the bowl. Gets the splash damage over the cover on Chavii. Creates an opening there for INZEM to get a little bit closer to that home hill.
Now they got the trap set up at Avexys at the second half home hill. Avexys playing all the way to the backside of the hill, just lancers out, hits the middle of the screen with a hip fire. Would make Victor Hoffman proud. He would say, boy, what in the hell's wrong with you for just head downing at me after I did all that damage? It took a flash grenade, the stun, and now INZEM, the shot in the melee to get the kill. Back into the D hill we go. Triple cap domination being threatened and being converted. Rise, they go up 4-1 and are 1 round away from sending us to a map number 4.
All right, Rise, they're fighting back. Okay, they are upset. Okay, that they lost this, that they are finding themselves this far down in the series. All right, they wanted to be up 2-0. And we see their leader, the IGL, the captain of Rise, Avexys, 5 kills, 5 deaths, 17 assists. Whew, that's that. And look at the damage points there. And right behind him is Rushiez. Okay, following suit.
Go, go, go!
This is domination up top at the winch and the stern area from Rise.
This is also a big difference in them shooting for one another. Their damage stats have gone through the roof. They're no longer playing as individuals. They're playing as a solidified unit yet again. The Rise that won in the last major. INZEM with the retro, Addvers with the bull talk here. Rushiez will try to go to the bottom side of this ramp and body check out Solar. Solar's going to get the initial damage, though, and quick little revive comes out. DeToX is here now trying to trade back out with shots from the Nasher, lining up that middle circle. Picture perfectly. Chaoz will bounce up to the top. Incendiary out to the top side of that pillar. He's going to miss the first one. Now he has to roll back. He's full red. Solar has to rotate up in here. Try to get a revive off, but they're going to get flanked here in about 1 to 2 seconds. Here comes Chavii flying. He's not going to be trying to die. One revive comes out. DeToX has to reload. Chavii with a picture perfect flank wins him the fight, wins him the E-Hill, and the horde has sounded. Called to arms. All Casa de Papel fans get in the chat. We need you because Rise, they are trying to rise back up in this matchup.
Speaking of call to arms, y'all hear the sirens going off. They called the cops out here against Rise because it was definitely a massacre on our screens, but it seems like Casa de Papel has restored order in the situation, but have they fully done it? They're down by about 70 points in this situation, and they got a lot to get done, but what a great start. F-Hill, E-Hill under their control. They got 2 members of Rise coming off the respawn, but they don't have that torque bow. It's in the hands of DeToX, and Rise quickly already on the same page. They're going high. They're going to try to get this E-Hill, and they need DeToX to rev up a few of these bows. A ricochet, it's on his back. He had to move him off that cover. Rise, I thought they were going to push up off of that, but they didn't realize how good the bow was going to be. DeToX going to look for a different angle. He should be able to find it. That's an incendiary and a flash. Chaoz trapped in the corner. There's the cross. There's the bow. The pressure from the side isn't enough. All Rise has to do is move forward as a unit, and then instead you get Chavii on the flank, so he doesn't have to stay up top and fight a 1v3 on his own. Chavii can't win the battle. INZEM loses his, and Rise in a victory position to close out this map. as they're decapping a home hill. DeToX picking up more kills, and a Botox is going to slow Solar in his tracks. We will not see Casa de Papel eclipse over Rise in this series just yet. It's still continuing, and I think it's going to be a lot harder than what Casa de Papel thought it was going to be coming into this map 3. Or maybe they knew exactly what they were going to get.
What an incredible revive, really, by Rise. They answer back. Can they continue the campaign against Casa de Papel?
Can they?
Find out in map 4 right after this.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pro League as we just saw Rise stay alive in this series as the pressure was on their backs. Casa de Papel just stacking the cards up against them. But Rise knows at the end of the day, hey, it's just a house of cards, right? It shouldn't be that hard to get through them. But depending on the angle in which you take, you may get sliced up. So Rise still treading with caution as they have, been contested against Casa de Papel, and caution rightfully earned here, Colin, if I would say so.
Yeah, they have done an incredible job of just keeping in lockstep with Rise. The biggest difference, in my opinion, in map number 3, Blaze, is just how effective the team fire was for Rise in map number 3. It seemed like they woke the beast back up.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, because you look at the scores. Look at the scores, right? Dominated. And then Rise says, okay, we can play that game too as well. All right. Now going into this 4th map, Casa de Papel, they got to just regain, and it's not even much of regaining, right? Like going up against this Rise team, if you look at this series as a whole, the Escalation map was probably the one game mode that you said, we're going to have our hardest time here with the players in which we're playing up against, okay? So you knew that was going to be tough coming to this series. But so far, their win route is looking good. They got the execution, and they got the first control, and they're coming back up on execution and control, and they just need one map, all right? So I don't think the alarm is sounding on the side of Casa de Papel, and it probably won't until they're down in that 5th map in rounds, but will that be too little too late in this situation? They hopefully they got to close it out now.
I never ever like to wait before I sound the alarm. We're playing Gears. I will use a Gears reference.
Okay.
The moment in the book, let me make sure I got the right one. It's Bloodlines. I had to look at the spines to make sure I had the right one. Do you have Bloodlines right there available for me to look at? No, that's the art of Gears 5.
Don't worry.
The art of Gears 5.
I'm going to get context. Continue.
Yeah, it's Bloodlines. Sorry. In Bloodlines, they're talking about Gabe Diaz, and Gabe Diaz is the star of Gears Tactics, but one of the things that he does better than anybody else is he understands situational diversity. And what I mean by that is he understood when it was time for them to be okay, when it was time for them to be buttoned up, when it was time for them to sound the alarm. He was always perfect on it, but something he was never going to allow happen was for the alarm not to be sounded early enough to protect his troops. And I think one of the things that Casa de Papel have to understand is that Rise, it's not like they waited to sound the alarm. Rise is now getting their feet under them. Casa de Papel has to sound that alarm because Casa de Papel has to be ready for the best shot Rise is going to give them. Because Rise is going into District, and I don't know how many teams on planet Earth can beat Rise on District right here, right now. I don't care how good Casa de Papel has played tonight. That paper house is going to get a matchstick. Hey, look, it's District.
We're going to District, folks, okay? In case you don't know, District, this is your map fly-through for the day.
That is it.
Let me give it back to you one more time. Transition, map fly-through. I was looking for Gabe Diaz, but he didn't drop in Gears 5 before they put this book out, okay? I almost caught him. But the chat know who Gabe Diaz is, okay? They always hear us talking about Gabe Diaz. Why? Because, when we talking on these blue microphones, everything comes out so clear, okay? You hear everything that we say, every tone, every bit of energy, every syllable, all of it, all right? Because blue microphone, it makes it sound good. All right, and this is as simply as that, okay? It makes it sound
Not many
hot.
things make gears sound better to me. The blue microphones definitely make gears sound better than me, even though that's the almost impossible to do. Rushiez comes away from the first stun grenade, the first flashbang, and gets a big chunk there in the middle. Now he's got to worry about 2 more players. I love that little angle to get that down into Chaoz. DeToX wanted the up A to get the chunk. Because he wanted to be able to reset the secondary shot, he had to pick the meat shield and then hit the snub shots as he went around that corner. Chavii's going to get away with a drop shot, though, so even though the early points are going to go over to Rise. Oh, this is a sneaky, sneaky play. Sneaky Beaver play right here, Blaze.
Sneaky Beaver play indeed. As you see, DeToX, he tried to approach both of them, but he gets taken out there. Now, Casa de Papel, they're going to group up in juice. Still a decent amount of time on that P1, but you got to clear out these kills in the mid-map and start setting up for next. And they're just going to count their losses as Rise is going to go up, and they'll walk away with this with at least a 50-point, maybe a 60-point lead. Yeah, they say 50 is fine. Now we got to start playing for position. But player 1, does he get the jig? Yeah, he does. He'll get that kill and protect the spawn. Now down low, Rushiez looking for that shot grenade. He didn't pick it up, so it's on the respawn. But now looking for a kill. He gets caught in the trap, and Casa de Papel starting to build that house of cards once again.
Solar up top inside of the juice. He's going to look out to the middle of the map. He's going to try to get angles here on a DeToX. Beautiful job there to keep the damage onto him, not allow them to rotate up into the juice, which is where they want to be. They want to be able to attack this hill from the top side. Solar's going to back up. Chavii with a drop shot. He's going to go for the active, try to get an initial kill on whoever tries to get into this hill. On whoever tries to get into the neutralization position for this hill. Oh, that's a big mark, buddy. You can shoot at the tree. Don't shoot at it. Oh, that's fine. You got one. I was going to say, if you shoot at the tree, you get 2. That's fine.
He pushed
Solar's
them back.
Gonna be down.
He pushed them back, and now they got to get to that tree again, all right? And that's going to be even harder with the cross. But, oh, they couldn't get the kill on Chavii. High risk. It should have been probably an easy one to pick up, but you see Chaoz having this angle on spawn, able to help protect his teammate, but you also got to clear Chaoz out of this spot. He draws 2 down the stairs, almost comes away with 1. 36 points left on his hill. It's a 2v4 situation for Casa de Papel, but it doesn't feel like a 2v4 as the other 2 players being distracted by a single player in juice, allowing the COG team to be able to find one and keep this hill neutralized. It's a 2v2 battle. Whoa, that little pellet was able to get him down, but a quick revive comes through. And it almost worked out even better for Casa de Papel as Rise. They moved down the stairs for the opportunity to get the kill, but they just couldn't get the angle in the fight that they needed to come out on top.
Looking for an angle here. We're going to see Avexys at this planter across from Solar. So just a few point differential right now. 3 points in total. I'm surprised that Casa didn't at least tie it up before moving across the map, 50-50, but they're going to get a beautiful angle here. Avexys is going to go down. He's going to get taken out by Chaoz, bouncing up into the ATM with a shotgun. It's going to be INZEM trying to challenge out a 1v1 of his own. Chavii in the middle of the map with a beautiful Lancer angle. That's going to be an even better down. They're going to have to try to get this kill off onto Chavii and make sure that nobody gets the revive, that nobody's there. They're going to let him bleed out. Avexys now inside of the info, is just checking his corners, not allowing anybody to be on the flank right there. And now they're going to look toward Chaoz here, stuck in the corner, but Chaoz buys his teammates enough time to get shots onto the backside. But Avexys, he dips, dodge, ducks, and dives, and dodges again. Plenty of bullets to be able to get that kill, and Rushiez is right there rotating in for the help. Beautiful, unbelievable, just gorgeous, just fascinating.
Just soaking up so much damage in that situation, and just give his team the opportunity and kind of isolate the fight so they didn't get jumped there in that corner. Chavii, though, with a little quick down over the cover, he gets back to his teammates. Oh, but if he could have got that down, you see a flash, it stuns 2. Still, the opening and opportunity was there for Casa de Papel. Almost got all players, but it's gonna be Rise who are gonna be on the respawn, having to back it down. Great offensive play from Casa de Papel to not give up the entirety of that hill. And we're at a tie game, 74-74. That was my old defensive line football number right there, Colin. You know, I was rocking that edge, had one of the dopest swim moves out in the game. Only played 1 year, because, years was more important to me than actual sports. And thank God I made that decision as, I could have had a more messed up hip than I do now. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. But
drop shot in the hands of Avexys.
Esports, okay?
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to make whatever decision you want to make, and it's worked out quite well for you. I'm happy you picked it because that means I got to have you as one of my friends on this good green Earth we call planet Earth. And I've gotten the chance to get to know one of the greatest people I've ever met in my entire life, and that's the one and only guy Blaze Live. Right here, Rise is taking over the hill. Addvers is going to push up into this cubby. Avexys, instead of having the snub ready, actually had the Nasher out, and those are the little things, the little sequences that could come back to haunt Rise later in this situation.
Yeah, it definitely could. You know, they have to... If you're going to engage like that, you know, make sure that you got some help with you. Rise being too spread out on the map, and now they're losing several 1v1s. That was a big 1v1 being lost. You had one player throw his life to the hill, and Rise is waiting to become a full man force, and if there's that lone spawn on the other end of the map, Casa de Papel doing a great job working their numbers. Nice 2v1 in the corner. They'll cut back. Chaoz playing passive. He gets angled out. Solar is in the back of the spawn, and he's going to have to force a player this way, okay? He's on the island. He's forcing two so far away from the hill, but this is the spawn for next. I thought he was going to be able to get this side roll on the down and maybe reset the fight. In the end, Casa de Papel, they've got the entirety of the time on a P3. So as we move on over towards P4 in the pergola, Rise will be set up. Let's see how Casa de Papel wants to break this.
They need to be able to get a shot here toward that drop shot. Two players from Rise are up inside of that juice, just looking over the angle. Chavii's going to be here closest to the drop shot. Next hill will spawn, and I think Casa de Papel's making the right choice by basically allowing the initial points to go over to Rise so that they have a chance to get the power weapon, get that drop shot. I think they now have to use this drop shot to try to break into the hill. Big wrap shot by Avexys, doesn't get the kill, but it does get the down. Quick little shot in from Addvers, gets the chunk there. He's going to get Lancered out. He needs to rotate back to make sure he keeps his life intact because Chavii has already lost his, and he lost the drop shot on that. Blaze, you gotta protect the president in that situation. As soon as he gets the drop shot, that man better have Secret Service around him, and you better escort him quick, fast, and in a hurry over to the hill to try to get him to scurry so that you can get the retake to go under your belt.
Yeah, if he got the drop shot, I'm gonna find him a play. I'm gonna move around the map. You gotta create an opening for him, but also create some space in case he has to kind of thread the needle with that drop. Now, Casa de Papel winning some big battles in the hill, forcing their way through the top door. This Solar playing off his left hand, taking a lot of shots, difficult shots. He's just trying to get back with the rest of the squad. They may be forced out this door because you see DeToX with a beautiful cross from the window, and Casa de Papel, they just can't handle that pressure, so they'll spread out to the corners. New players from Rise on the hunt, and I think that's a good move from them as we're approaching this next hill. They need to start their rotation, get to the other end of the map while they got some time on old to work with here. And so Rise, they don't have the numbers advantage. Well, now they do, as I'm talking about it. Chaoz not safe.
Oh my
Addvers
God.
crossed out as well. And then the first respawn that came through from Solar was at the top of the map is player 2. And I think they know he's there up under him. So, oh no, he has to be careful. He has to be careful.
Coming into this next situation, Solar has to not get seen. I think he has to kind of keep his number hidden, at least for a moment, to try to get into that position at the top of the stairs. DeToX is going to get 2v1 inside of the info. Beautiful job there to get that kill. To get a secondary one, so it's 4v2 on the map right now. Solar's going to throw his flash. He's not going to get any stuns out.
Shock.
The shock is not in a position to stop them from being in the neutralization position. How much time is on the drop shot real quick, Mr. Ribeiro? Can you give me a quick shout out on that? 120 seconds, it's up right now. That's why the team fight is breaking out. I wasn't sure if the rotations were there because it was up or because it was about to be up, but it looks like it is up, and it is taken by Addvers. Chavii gets the down on Avexys, and now here comes DeToX bouncing up from the bottom side, going with the verticality. Back A onto Chavii, gets the kill there. Chaoz gets the kill onto Avexys with the Lancer. Rushiez is going to get up made by Chaoz. Chaoz goes down though to DeToX, and here comes Addvers. Drop shot still on his back, gets the blow on the meat shield, and now has to go low. Oh, we already used it. Oh no.
I was about to say that I think he lost his team to fight by backing up with the drop and kind of saving it because they had a double down and they had a third coming up. You would think if Casa de Papel's focus fire was there, they'd get all 3 of those kills. But, you know, maybe just in the process of switching weapons, switching positions, Rise, they found that little slight opening that they needed to get the revive and be able to focus 1 or 2 down. So I think Casa de Papel missed out on a big opportunity to keep his lead and put that pressure on Rise, but now we're starting to reset these hills and reset our cycle. Rise set up top to the left. Team 1, INZEM loses that fight to Solar as he hopped the cover again, took his legs from him. It's a man advantage on the map for the boys in blue. But even with that advantage, they still have to get close to this hill. They have to clear DeToX from this position. He has help from 2 players behind him, and he takes a fantastic route not to put himself in harm's way, as they have so much damage on these players. But even with the damage they got, Soler finds a way to get a kill. He gets some help from Chavii as he backs himself in the corner with a meat shield. They'll 2v1 INZEM. And INZEM has a little bit of help from afar. You see the suppressing fire from the Lancer across. They'll let INZEM just, they finally clean him up. They probably could have let him bleed out in that situation based off where the respawns came through, but I'm pretty sure Casa de Papel didn't know it in that moment of chaos. But 50 points on the hill, and I think they're in a great position to get a good chunk of time as they just take out Rushiez, and they're fighting a 2v1 across map that they should win as well, but it's actually Rise who got the numbers.
Real quick, I got to shout out my man Solar. He's rocking, he's got the Fire and Ice Nasher on the back, but he's got the Rated R Lancer skin. Both esports skins that were in the store at one time. I know my man JB smiling wide to see that Rated R skin on somebody's Lancer in the game right now. Solar's going to go down to the 2v1. DeToX with the drop shot in hand. I don't know if you use the drop over these 20 points. If they get 200, great, grand, fantastic, awesome. You're going to win that with an Asher. Good job by DeToX to be able to hold that and solidify that with just the default weapon systems. Now it's going to be shock in hands of Solar. Solar, I think, has to use it at the top of the stairs. That hit hasn't rotated over. Is that an early shock? Did he? Yes, it was an early, and it was a terrible shock. My man felt the pressure of 1,000 weights, and now he feels the pressure of that drop shot. DeToX and Rise take over the final few moments of the last hill. Take over the initial of this hill. No, Addvers can do whatever he wants. 2 kills come through for DeToX and Avexys down low. All Addvers is going to be able to do is sit in that juice and hope to God he's not the next one on the hit list, because DeToX, he's got himself a 3rd. And now Addvers, he realizes he's going downtown too. DeToX is becoming toxifying and toxification to everybody on the map. My man looking as deadly as, you know, my man over there. I was
the
about to summon
toxicity is in the air right
without
now.
A doubt,
okay,
without a doubt, baby.
It's
I was gonna say,
okay?
Look like snake bite without much tox you got. You know what I'm saying?
Oozing from his skin. You don't want to
like
touch him.
Bite. Oh, Addvers. Oh, Avexys. Oh, big body.
Casa de Papel, they'll be in the hill. Still 40 points remaining. It's a lot of time. DeToX holding it once again. We talked about how toxifying his gameplay is, but as he moves down, he'll have Rushiez at his back. The revives are there, but Addvers behind them both with the Lancer. He's strapped up in a 1v1. Knowing that Chaoz is coming through for help, he still stepped up, knocked down the kill with confidence. We're about to have a tie game on our hands once again. Another lead change coming through. Plenty of time on the clock for Casa de Papel. Rise trying to get set up for ATM. But I think this is the prime time for Chavii to be aggressive in the situation. Oh, player 6 is in a problematic position. How does he want to play this? He's behind multiple people. Casa de Papel, as they're trying to press forward. INZEM, he'll move down and get a few kills. He's taken out. The flank is still there from Rise, but you also got player 4, top of the cinema. There's the revive. Right, yeah, Rise is good on the setup. Okay, they're in a power position.
This is way too close for comfort for Rise, in my opinion. With the way that they played, with how many shots have been thrown away by them, they have these great spurts of teamwork, followed up by just like lulls in their setups, lulls in their gameplay. Up over 200 points now. They're going to be in the hill initially, Blaze. They got 60 seconds to kind of hold this down and try to put Casa de Papel in the worst spot possible. DeToX goes down right there. That is bad news bears. INZEM is going to get shot on in the back. He's going to have to try to take this fight against Chaoz. He baits him into the up A, gets that first down. Now Addvers in a 2v1, misses the shot himself, and that is a great little stand-up defense by the side of Rise. They get 3 kind of kills in not quick succession, but at least a little bit of succession to allow them to sit in the hill that much longer.
Now, Rise, they're collecting on time. Rushiez drops a low flash, doesn't get the stun, but it gets the player, forces them towards the inside into his teammates' crosshairs. Some decent damage, but a solid shot coming out from Soler. 2 members down on the side of Casa de Papel, make it 3. Chavii goes down as well, and Rise can add on to this lead. But is Casa de Papel gifted the response that they needed? They'll be gifted a shock as well. Best thing that could have happened to him in this situation.
I just saw 3 different players misroll. That's not a likely error for 3 different professional players. That one was just because he was stunned. He didn't have any other choice. I keep seeing players from Casa as Rise get closer to 300. they're misrolling in these CQC fights. That's not a good look for me. That's telling me that it's more about nerves than it is what's actually happening around him. Now they throw that shock about 400 yards too far. My man was looking like Jamarcus Russell. I could throw it real far, but ain't nobody gonna be there to catch it.
Hey man, with all these misrolls and everything happening on the map, hopefully Avexys can share his controller settings with his opponent, because they need him. In this situation, Casa de Papel will regain. Oh, does he get away? A quick shot, and he connects with it. There's the revive. Casa de Papel, they'll stay up. And I saw about 50 points left on that hill, 55 to be exact. That's enough to get the lead going into Pergola, where Casa de Papel, even when they weren't set up in Pergola, they were winning some big fights from the top of the cinema at that front door to get through versus wrapping around through the spawn. So I think, I don't know why I feel like Addvers is going to make a big play to close out this game, but, you know, I'm no Swami. As Solar.
My name is INZEM, and I'm about to get a secondary kill here on Solar and make his life miserable inside of the bandstand. There's Solar down. There's Solar out. Big kill by Addvers to at least get one, but INZEM in bandstand had 3 people have to turn their attention toward him, allowing Avexys to come on the flank, allowing Avexys to get set up in the hill. 13 seconds left, way more than enough time to get a victory here. And Blaze, I mean, they're going to try to crawl toward this hill. They're going to scratch toward this hill, but no amount of fingernails, no amount of clawing or scratching or cat fighting is going to win you that final fight. I told you, Casa de Papel could feel the pressure of 1,000 suns in closing upon them, and the #1 name of that sun was DeToX. That man's scoreline gets him the MVP of the map, but more impressive to me was the plays he was able to make, the extra Lancer damage, the snub damage, the sheer amount of downs, and just the great rotations made him yet again an MVP Player of the Week candidate already on Tuesday.
DeToX picking up exactly where he left off at the end of last week, coming into our first day of Pro League. And even a big shout out to Avexys and his performance there. Almost dropped 24k damage, just a few hundred shy. Had a ton of assists, most assists on the map, went positive as well. So him and DeToX getting it done for their team on this control map and getting Rise to that Game 5 on checkout. All right, so Colin, you kind of manifested this Game 5 series, and Casa de Papel has been finding out how hard it is to really close out this series, but they're doing it the best. They're giving it the best that they got. And, you know, as I've been kind of watching over this one, Casa de Papel, they, under that pressure, when they feel the pressure, right? When you see them in these maps behind having to come back, that's where those misrolls are coming in. That's where we starting to get the shaky thumbs. We take a look at that scoreboard. You know, they were winning 300 to 99. They had a lead. They were comfortable. They're smart enough to play off the objectives and play the clock, as we talked about before. We go into the execution. They got the first 2 rounds. They have no pressure on their shoulders. They close it out 6-2. All right? But then we come on over to maps number 3. You know, you see Casa de Papel as they're down, I believe. They were down 2-0 in map 3, right? Now pressure's on their shoulders. They're forced out to make some difficult plays. They can't pull it through. They're down by like the first 2 hills in this map, but they went back and forth with Rise. You even felt scared for Rise at a moment, you know, in this map, but ultimately they figured out a way how to close it out. I'm scared if Casa de Papel don't get up in this map 5 that this series is as good as done.
Again, this is that moment right there. Several different misrolls. That's when I kind of felt like it was starting to collapse for Casa de Papel. And one of the things that I can't kind of overstate is just how important, in my opinion, the play of Avexys and DeToX have been all night long for their team. INZEM, to me, shut that down, though, in the bandstand, but DeToX gets the nod in that map for me. 399, 6-2, 5-1, 300-248, all knotted up. Going into a map 5. Rise, they had to be perfect for 3 straight maps. They got to play well enough to beat them. 3 straight maps, and they are now on the cusp of that as they go into checkout, Blaze. One of my favorite execution maps because you know that Rise has multitude of situational strategies. Playing for the fragmentation, playing for the platform, playing for the long shot. Pick your poison. That is the problem against going into a Game 5 against Rise on checkout.
Okay, all right. So, hey, pick your poison, all right? The ball's in your court heading into this map 5. How you want to play it? that's the beauty about execution. There's so many, we got a map. Any of our 8 players that's about to be in this map can make the play, can create the opening for their team. And, we'll see who's going to do it. There's probably 2 players in which we're focusing on the most, and that may be Chavii and INZEM on this map because those are the secondary players, all right? And, when it comes down to them, they'll have the quickest route on being on top of that platform, grabbing incendiary grenades and trying to make a play with them. Also, the out wide battle, I do believe it's a battle between Avexys and maybe Addvers in this situation with Addvers playing that back lane. But we'll see how it stacks up. I ultimately think it's going to come down to that secondary warfare, as we'll say, okay? Who's going to be able to set the tone in that position? Because we ain't seen much from INZEM all night. We seen it. You muted, Colin?
Checkout to me has the highest. Sorry, I was breathing mad hard. I ain't gonna try to. I'm not gonna even front to you. I'm breathing mad hard. I heard a scream in my house, and I just took off. Headset was gone. I was gone.
Okay.
I ran down the stairs. I ran back up the stairs. I'm like, fat guy like me. Not used to this.
Everything all right, baby girl? All good?
Yeah.
Okay,
it just, you know what it's like.
When you hear a scream as
a dad mode kicks in,
I was watching the movie yesterday. I heard a weird noise, and I was just like, what the hell? My dad sense is going off. Where is my child? Okay,
it's
I
like
hear him.
Spider says, but word, baby. But no, Rise to me coming into
this map. You talk about you wanting to feel something? Okay, when you're a dad, all right? When your dad vibes kick in, it's like, hold up, wait a minute, I'm about to shut something down.
So coming into this map, you talk about the differential of coming down to maybe INZEM making a big play for the side of Rise, needing to hear a little bit more out of him tonight. What I'm curious about is what is the answer to Rushiez on the opposite side of the map? We know how good Rushiez is with those fragmentation grenades. We've seen a ton of different throws from him, whether it be onto that mid platform to disrupt somebody sitting up there nice and quiet at that pay and save sign. Otherwise, we've seen him basically rotate those back across the map so that you can get those easy throws into the lane. Just a lot of things from Rushiez can be thrown at you in this map. I think that's going to be the biggest differential for me because you look at the way that at this point Casa de Papel has played this map. They very much rely on what I call reset icebreaker kills, which is, somebody on your team dies and before they even hit the ground, you've chunked out whoever killed them. It's not a real icebreaker. It's more just a trade. It's just, okay, now we went from 4v4 to 3v3. What happens next? That happens more often than not in checkout. So how do you stop that from coming back to haunt you if you're Casa?
I don't got a dial tone for your question, okay? No answer whatsoever, all right? Because Rushiez out there when he's playing for the nades is so hard to stop. If I had to, make a connection with it, you got to square up on a 1v1, okay? It's all coming down to the 1v1, man on man, and man on man situation. You got to get in there. You got to utilize your flash and put that pressure on him. And if Rushiez does not show up, you punish him with the nades, okay? You got to. If not, then he'll just keep doing what he wants to. But if you do punish him and check up at that 1v1, you get some nade kills. He'll be there every single time to fight you. That way you give your team a 3v3 on the other side of the map.
Blaze, while we have a moment here, while we wait for everybody to load into the game, we had a player drop out of the map, so we're going to have to reload it once we get everybody back into the right spawn positions, get it loaded back up into checkout.
Okay.
Quick question for you, Blaze, and you might not want to admit this, so if you don't want to tell anybody, if you just want to say, I plead the fifth, you're more than welcome to plead the fifth. What is the most money you've ever won in a single wager?
In a wager?
Single wager.
Ooh, hold up. I might be allergic to this question. I gotta sneeze. Like single wager is. I didn't play a lot of wagers, so probably like $20. Wagers wasn't big when I was playing. We didn't have a lot of wagers. That
we weren't playing for the same money as we are nowadays, though.
Exactly right. That's the big.
You were wagering sandwiches, weren't you? Like, we beat you right here. You buying me sub tomorrow. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, most money I ever won from a tournament was like $3,500 though. That's most money I got from a tournament. I still had to split that 4 ways, but I got my check though. Okay,
that thing cashed.
I got my check cashed. All right, and I got my stipend as well. I almost walked away with $1,000 that event. All right, shoot. Shout out to the late great World Cyber Games.
Let's go.
Way before their time. All right, way before their time. When you talk about an international global esports event, man, just 5 years too early.
I'll tell you what, Blaze, it's amazing to hear, and I love the fact that people got to hear that story. because it really does show. I mean, you're smiling from ear to ear because you're like, you know what? My team took home 3,500 in a weekend.
Man, I beat the Insanes that event. I beat
but
Infinity.
You know what I'm saying, brother? Like you had to beat the world.
Then I
to
lose
get
to raw talent. Ain't that some?
You got. Hey.
Goddamn security.
Oh my God.
Walk away with third. Last round, map 3. Don't get me started. Okay. Here we go. Rushiez on the flank. I told you I didn't have a dial tone for you, Colin, and this is why. As we don't have a heartbeat for some of the players already on Casa de Papel, they're looking for an answer. As they have the snipe in Solier's hand, he misses the body shot that he needs, but both incendiary grenades are tossed. That's a well-placed flash to create some space for Chavii as he gets his kill, but they needed more than that.
Desperation up A right there at the end. That's what you saw. He tried to up A Avexys as he misrolled. Couldn't get the chunk, didn't even get the down. Right now, 3 out of the 4 players from Rise be living in the server. They ready to throw absolute nukes at players.
Like that?
I mean, take a look at it. Bring that scoreboard up for a second. Yeah.
Dang, they up in there.
Hey, yo,
Avexys deep south. Okay, you can tell he on the island somewhere. Hey, it's nice to have you rest of your players in them single digits. You heard what I'm saying? East Coast connect. But Casa de Papel, even with the higher pings, they're utilizing that teamwork, and they know that, hey, with these high pings, we just got to be aggressive here in this situation. 1v1, no 2v1 now, as that kill was cleaned up. I talked about how I felt like INZEM was going to go big in this map. I don't know if this is going to be the round. Oh, he's charging.
Oh, he needed that shot. No, he needed that first shot to hit. That's why he immediately went back to the backside of the cover. If he hits that first shot, maybe 4 or 5 pellets, he can chase that for a 2-shot down. Maybe hit a secondary pot shot. That second he didn't hit that little swing shot right there as he came out from behind that cover on the left hand, man, you could see his brain working a mile a minute trying to figure out what his next rotation was, because he wanted more than you can imagine to hit that first shot. Hold on. Oh, I think we got a challenge in the chat, by the way. I think Warrior's saying you didn't beat no Insanes that
Yo, how would he know he wasn't on the team?
I'm rolling.
They had a little high distortion in his spot right there, but that's neither here nor there. You know? Scotty in, won't it? But granted, I will say that Warrior has beat me in a lot of game 5s, all right? I give him that. All right? I give him that. Outside of one event, I forgot what event that was, but you know, we're gonna keep on going. All right. He did win that event. Ribs won the WCG event. Our beautiful observer that we're talking about. And Ribs got revenge for me against Raw Talent. I was supposed to play Ribs in that finals, okay? And me, Deadly Excels, and Carlitos was gonna give him that work, okay? I was gonna push Perfect Uno on all those 1v1s. Terra wasn't gonna outstrap me that event, all right? Deadly was cracked out, okay? He was hitting all his shots, but that's neither here nor there. On the flipping, in round number 4, Rushiez with the nades once again, mid lane toss in both directions. No kills coming through just yet. 4v2 for Casa de Papel, and they will get us tied up 2-2.
Yo, I love that story. The way you broke that down, I was like, my man was letting him know. And you were telling us every stipulation possible for how you were going to win that tournament.
All your, I don't know, like when you compete, you remember every single event you played that you just lost, okay? I remember all of them.
Blaze,
I remember most of my series.
There's a saying for that. When you told us all the stipulations and all the factors that went into you winning that event instead of losing it, there's a saying for that. You know that, right?
What is it?
If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, baby. We'd all have one.
That's why I stopped making excuses a long time ago, and I just shut up. I said, at some point, we just got to hit a shot. Okay, at some point, you just got to perform. You got to come through. You can't make excuses for your teammates, make excuses for yourself. You just got to get it done, all right? And that's something that Rise knows. They're not trying to make excuses after this series. They just got to get it done, but it's so hard. 3-2 with Casa de Papel up around. For Rise, they're digging deep. Same thing for Casa de Papel. They're not making no excuses. You know, when people look back in this series, ain't nobody gonna say, oh man, they were up 2-0 though. They just gonna see another L in the column, right? It's just another L at the end of the day. You don't want that. You don't want that.
Come on.
Here we go. Round 6, Colin.
This is going to be an extraordinarily difficult situation for Rise. Rush is going to go back over to the fragmentation grenades because he hasn't been able to use them to any real devastating effect yet. That's going to be the worrying thing for me. Incendiaries, though, from INZEM. He said, I'm going to burn up half of my team for you. Don't worry. I'm going to cook all of them. Rushiez is like, why are you cooking my friends out here?
Like, there's every play that INZEM has ever made, and then like every so often we get one like that.
You said INZEM was gonna go off, just not in that way, right?
Yeah, just not in that like way, right? Though. Like I can never account for those, all right? But we get one a week from INZEM like that, where he kills his whole team, but he usually rebuttals back and gets multiple kills to make up for it.
Are you and I about to cash out on scale points, though?
Yo, bro, did you bet 2 at the end? Because I got 20K on Casa de Papel. I talk about a come up. I'm winning either way. But I know the Rise fans are holding their breath as Addvers gets the down. Rise panicking. The Incendiary's picked up by Casa. Avexys goes down. There's the revive. Here's a flank from Rushiez. A little too late. Casa de Papel on series point, Colin.
What are we witnessing? What is happening? Rise is struggling tonight. I gave him the laptop throw for a good bit of luck there, as the chat called for it. I don't know where it is, so I can't throw it again, but I can tell you this, Blaze. I don't know what's gonna help them right now, because to me, Casa de Papel is just shredding them at the back lane for the long shot. They bring somebody out to challenge Rushiez just long enough to stop him from getting a good throw on those fragmentation grenades. That time they get the down. They're gonna get a double down. And there's the fragmentation grenade pull off. That's what they have to have. If they're gonna send Rushiez over there to pick those frags, he's got to get a kill with them.
He definitely does. And that's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. His Rise has to be perfect. 3 rounds in a row, 4 in total. DeToX is at the top of the kill feed once again. Rushiez, he's been picking up those kills with those nades, and we talked about it, Colin, that we couldn't think of answers for dealing with Rushiez and those nades, and I don't think Casa de Papel cares either. They just care about getting that first blood. Rise has to protect their numbers over here, and it really starts with INZEM if Rushiez gets those nades. It's a 4v4 at the checkout. Beautiful shot from INZEM to start it off, but it does not stop the nade pickup. They're deep. They connect. They cut off. And now Rise, they're forced to move back, but they got a snipe to work with. DeToX a little stiff on that left swipe, but he'll reset. He just misses it. He won't get that shot back, but as I say that, he was given another one. The nade still just finally got picked up. They tossed one. So only one nade in the hands of Casa de Papel. DeToX, he sees players peeking him. He's looking for it. He's trying to force it. It's a 1v1 on the edge. He misses the body shot. They can't get the kill cleanup. Rushiez backs up. They're there for the revive.
Where's the nade?
That's what I'm saying. It's on somebody's back.
Somebody throw it.
It's 3v3 though.
Shoot the shot.
3v3, 2v2. No more sniper in play. They get the shot out wide. They get back for the revive. Well timed from Rise. The teamwork, the synergy is there. But Rushiez off the right hand hits a solid shot. Gets back in. He'll be able to dodge the aggression.
15%. 15%. He's going to get his health back just a little bit. Down to 6. Down to 6. He's in single digits.
On his last down. A sniper in Solar's hand. He'll hit the body shot out wide. It is a pressure. It is a lot of pressure on the shoulder of both these squads to close it out now.
Yo, this man back ace somebody over the top of this counter with a headshot. I'm done.
Yo, man. I feel like INZEM about to. Stop. There's the body.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Body shot's all you need.
Yo, Rushiez Chaoz. He exposed himself on the angle, and Rushiez comes away with the kill. Rise, they will survive. I forgot I got to drink an energy drink after this.
You said if Casa wins,
I said if Casa wins. Now I'm cheering for Rise even more. I don't know. It's a lot.
Look at this. Hold on. Wait, watch this. So here's the body shot. Watch Rushiez. Watch Rushiez play. Rushiez bucks with the up A at Chaoz, forcing instead of Chaoz being able to take that lane as quickly as Solar probably called for or wanted.
Yeah, Rushiez knew to play before them, right?
He just bucked at him.
When they called out INZEM got shot, Rushiez moved. He didn't even get told to call out, okay? That's how quick he was, and that's how quick he needed to be. But with the quick nades, that's one's in the inner lane. Oh, it went a little bit too deep. How did Chavii dodge that one? The incendiaries get dodged as well. Still a 4v4 on the map. The flames preventing a few players from going to the edge. A flash will back up Casa de Papel and stop the snipe pickup in the same process. As we enter the reset, you have a flash or smoke to be worked with in the side of Chavii. He may put that in the back lane. It's the only nade to be utilized. That smoke goes right there in the back lane. You push out wide for it. There you go. You work as a unit. But the focus is there from Rise. A few misrolls there from Chavii as well. It was about two. Roly-poly out in the open.
Brother, I'm just like, how?
It's a celebration for Rise in the moment.
Like, every time the pressure gets ratcheted up, I am watching dudes from Casa just spam the A button and rolling like they were freaking Sonic the Hedgehog out here. Like, they're literally freaking armadillos just rolling across the desert sun out in Arizona, just getting dried up. And Rise is feasting on them. Every time Rise ratchets up the pressure, here we just wait. I love you to death, but this is the problem with Casa de Papel. Is if there's a little bit of pressure here in this round 11.
A smoke hits the platform, round 11 situation. It's gonna be Solar with the free incinerators once again. He gets out. Is he safe? He is. No pressure from Rise out wide at the snipe. No nades by Rise. Full control over Casa. INZEM having to get out this situation and they land short. Do you toss another one? Do you get the frags while you still have an insurance policy to hold the sniper? There's still plenty of time to rotate around the map if you need to, but no one's making a call out. Everyone's waiting for someone to make a bad move, but Rise is the only team that has the validity of being in a defensive position. They're in a bad spot. They don't have the power weapons, but they'll choose to rotate and possibly get these nades. You see some movement from Avexys, and you see he goes back to the spawn because he sees that he was matched by Chaoz. And Chaoz gets the jump on him. Avexys thought he was being slick, but Chaoz comes away with the nades. He says, if you're gonna do it, do it. If not, I'm gonna come pick it up. And Rise, just a little indecisive in that move. You have Casa de Papel with everything to gain. A frag, an incinerary, double downs for Rise. The pressure is on for Casa de Papel. They're crumbling. The house of cards coming down as Rise cleaning up the kills. Where's the frags? Where's the kills? They're shaky, and Rise completes the comeback 4 rounds in a row, and they stay undefeated in the Pro League. And if I don't have enough energy already, I'm about to have some more. Oh my God.
Man, Reggie Miller right now is losing his mind with how that finished.
Holy. You have 2 incineraries, 2
every
frags,
time there is pressure.
all the flashes.
Every time, brother. They were up.
Bro.
They started to take a lead in map 3. Back on Harbor, when they tied it up, they said, let's take the next round and make it our own. And then Rise comes back because they make some silly plays, just vacating out the hills and putting themselves in the middle of a blender. Map 4, they get into the ATM hill, the next to last hill, up over 240 points for one team, 220 for the other team. They have one chance at a retake. Everybody just Sonic the Hedgehog's out. They just start rolling around. They just start playing in a ball pit for all I know. They are just dying out there, left, right, and center, getting shredded. They come here to map 5. Big lead. All we got to do is close the door. All you got to do is grab a dough, close the door. And Rise just push that dude. Rise right now, like, oh my God.
Folded. Like, they had everything. Then once Chaoz gets the nades, you would think game was over. You would think, right? But instead, like,
Chaoz is full red after he picks the nades. He gets tagged.
Okay, yeah, we're watching it. Yeah.
He rotates back. Now watch this. He rolls at Chavii, gets down, but while Chavii is reviving him, they Lancer everybody out. Chaoz is down again with the frags. He throws one on his attempt to get back up. It's literally just
flank.
They're just in a box. They are in a literal box. And you know what the box is labeled? Hell. They are in hell. They ain't got nowhere to go. No hope to hide. In literal hell.
Bro, that just They just got burned to a crisp, slowly but surely. That pressure was a little bit too much from the defending champions, all right? You know, you were about to give them their first loss. You were about to shake up the whole league, shake up the placements. But instead, you got to rewatch this. You got to take notes. You got to say, why? What the hell? We had everything. They just had to take a breath in the end, Colin. That was it. That was an absolute war. Talk about composure. Man, do I got to chug this drink now?
I don't know when you're going to chug it, but I'm going to tell you right now, man. Like, I'm happy I predicted Rise. I was shaky after that execution. I said, Rise look like themselves. But then they just, literally, every time they had to start playing as a unit, they did. And it just gave Casa nightmares. They had no idea what to do. They were literally a house made out of paper. And like, they were made out of paper and it was raining. So they were so, oh my God, is that All Might Midori on them cans though?
Which one?
Look, it's us. It's literally us. It's literally us.
Which one?
Stream, if you don't know, I always send Blaze GIFs or GIFs of All Might Midoriya. Because when I first started casting, that was my dream, was to one day be 1/1,000,000th of the caster that Blaze is. I'm still not even to 1/1,000,000th, but damn it, I'm trying.
Hey, so that means I gotta do the All Might one? Right, is that what it is?
Which one is less likely to kill you?
They're the same. I don't know, man. Both is one for all, okay? For all for one.
We're gonna go to break with you chugging, so I'm picking the All Might one. Crack the top, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one more matchup on the night, one more series. It's Digital Slayers versus Northern Forces. Who's gonna come out on top?